Is this the week that we are able to take a big step forwards? Or are we on a treadmill, working hard, but going nowhere? Winter is refusing to go away. Don't know about you, Oaks, but damn, it's been fresh down here on the lower south coast. And summer's on its way. I don't know when it's going to get here, but better be soon. And I tell you what, hey, I can't wait for the time that I can say to Mariki, you know what, hey, it's a little bit too cold here, or it's a little bit too hot here. Let's go over there. I can't wait for that time. And it's all dependent on this girl. Dependent on this girl, as well as when some new parts arrive. Things have come to a bit of a pause here at Clive Lee Engineering, and the reason being we're waiting for new gauges. What happened last week is the gauges stopped talking to the stuff they were monitoring, like the oil sensor wasn't putting any information across to the oil gauge. There was another one, I think one of the temperature gauges also stopped working, and it seems as though it's because nothing is really compatible. Now Meraai's engine is very mechanical, there's nothing high-tech there. This is a block of steel, man. Another little niggle that has jumped on the Niggle bandwagon is that our bonnet release cable snapped. Why did it snap? Because it was cuckly made. The guys at Clive Lee had this cable made up, and in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail had installed a new cable. So that niggle is toast. However, I am going to have to sort that rust out. Now, I think I've mentioned it in the past, there's bits of rust popping up all over the place. When we did all of this stuff, I bought a product called Raptor, which is Rolls Royce of the product, and very, very expensive. I know it was used underneath, but it wasn't used anywhere else. Something else I can give you feedback on is, you do recall I have an issue with these little paddle locks on the doors. Well, the new ones have arrived. The quality of these current paddle locks has always worried me. I ordered the new ones through Temu, and let me just tell you, hey, I was very impressed with Temu's service. I mean, it was quick, but the best of all was the price. And this is good quality stuff. This is stainless steel. These things are solid. They are bigger than the existing ones, so we're going to have to make those holes a little bit bigger. But that we will leave up to our mate Tyron at TreadCheck. At last, we have some action on the gauge front. So this week has been quite a non-event because we have been waiting for parts. It is now Thursday, and those parts have all arrived. Installing and connecting the gauges is going to take the better part of a day. We're also replacing the ancient oil sensor with the new ones. All these niggles have to be ironed out. If we ignore them, we will be in the dwang. It also looks as though Meraai is attracting a few buddies to Clive Lee. When I walked into Clive Lee Engineering this morning, I bumped into Lofty, and he brought me to this baby. I mean, look at this, eh? This is a big girl, man. It's a very wide vehicle. The engine that she has is an Iveco engine. Apparently this is for sale, eh? So if any of you watching this want to know more about it, let me know, and I'll get your details to Randy, who can get hold of the owner. Right, moving right along. I cannot remember how many times I have used the phrase, and then we are out of here. But it is a lot, too many to count. Staying positive and keeping an eye on the future does become quite a mission. Well, I'm going to leave these oaks to do what they do, and I will come back here tomorrow being Friday, where we will wrap up this insert, and hopefully, then everything is done and we are ready to move across to TreadCheck. Oh man, hoping. That hope was still very much alive when I arrived at Clive Lee on the last working day of the week. There was activity under Meraai, and that always makes me a nervous boy. It is Friday morning, and I have just arrived at Clive Lee Engineering, and to see the oaks underneath there. I was wanting to just check all the gauges had been installed and everything was working. So now I want to know what is cutting there. Judging from the tools and gadgets being used, this must be gauge related. The feedback from yesterday is that the gauge guys worked until quite late because they had to change some of the wiring. However, there is a niggle. The oil warning lights are coming on, and it's all got to do with when they should come on. These gauges are set. I think the lowest Randy was telling me that they can go down to is 0.6, and the engine is running at 8 or 0.8, and the lights are coming on, giving a warning of low oil pressure when the oil pressure is not low. Apparently it is a relay issue, and the parts will be here on Monday. I would have thought that the guys who did the gauge installation would have done all these checks, because now it's more time wasted, more of a delay in getting the vehicle across to tread check to sort out, I've got a graunched driver's door, we've got leaks in the roof, I've got to change my paddle locks, and a lot of other little things that I'm just looking around that I am dying to climb in and do. And you can say, oh, be patient, be patient. Man, you know how patient I have been, and it's wearing a little bit thin. Anyways, my friends, thanks for watching, thanks for being with me. I really hope that next week we have got more to report for you. So yeah, look after yourselves, look after your families, your possessions, and you must keep safe. And yeah, keep those dreams alive. Just keep them alive.